Alright, so today we're going to be working on a new weaving project where we're going to be making a template here that we can make these cool Japanese bracelets. And you'll see that as I continue weaving, I'm going to be making this really neat bracelet knot that'll look really nice on here. So how do we start setup? First thing that you need is a paper plate. Okay, you can also use cardboard or other things at home. Now, I usually have a few students use one plate, but to get a couple circles so we don't have a lot left over. But what we'll first do is using a just a roll dispenser here of tape, you're going to draw a circle in the center. So you're going to draw a circle, okay? And the next thing, and I'll zoom in here with our circle, is we need to make our notches. We're going to make 8 notches. And it's really quite simple how to make these. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to do like your north, your south, your east, and your west. So we've got our first 4. And now in between, we're going to make one here, one here, one here, and one here. Okay? And then we put a dot right there in the center. Now, just because we have our pencil in our hand, you're going to write your name on here and also your teacher code. Okay, so your teacher code. Now, once you have that done, the next step is you're going to get your pair of scissors at your table and you're just going to cut this out. And put this in the recycle bin. Now I have my scissors in my hand, and what you're going to do is you're just going to cut your 8 notches, enough, not all the way in, just a little bit. And then we also need to cut a hole in the center here. So what you'll do is you're going to fold your paper in half. You don't need to fold it all the way. And then you're going to cut out a half circle. Okay? There we go. And so you are left with your template with the hole here in the center. Okay? That's your first step. Your second step is at your table you will find, and I'll move this all here, that I have 15 inches already pre-drawn out for you on the table. So I will grab some yarn and show you how to measure. Just ignore the base part here. Alright, so the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to choose some yarn. We need to have 7 strands. So you can go and grab some of the free yarn that's not in the yarn barn. Free meaning that it's not set up in the yarn barn itself. Anything that's in the yarn barn you're going to just be able to measure and do later, okay? And I'll explain that. So the first thing that you will do is you'll come back to your table and you're going to take your yarn at the end here and you're going to measure the 15 inches. So you put your finger down on one, you stretch out your yarn to the end, hold it with one of your hands or fingers, okay? So I'm a lefty and this works for me this way. If you're a righty, figure out what works for you. Maybe you start with, the right hand and you measure it this way, and then you take your right hand and you cut, okay? So now I have my first piece of yarn already cut, and that is at 15 inches. The nice part is anything in the yarn barn, I can now take this string and I can measure it and make more. So we need to have 7 strands. They don't have to be the same color. You can have the same color or you can have a different color. So if I wanted, say, another color here, I can grab another color. And let's see if I can get this to be, there we go. So I will, to measure another one, I have these 2 pieces of string meet and I pinch and hold it, and then I slide my hand down until I get to the end, and I hold the end, okay, and I cut that yarn. So you want to do this until you have 7 pieces of yarn that are the exact same length. So here I've got 5 pieces of yarn, but I wanted to show you. You can even measure with all in your hand if it's easier for you, or you can have them laid out on your table. So here's my 6th one. I hold it. You're going to get really good at this. It shouldn't take you very long. Okay, so I've got 6, and then I might want one more color. So maybe I'm going to repeat a white. You know, it's up to my choosing. So here I meet it again. Hold the top, slide all the way down, and now I have 7. Okay, once you have your 7, lay them nice out straight for you and put all of your yarn back. Now here comes the fun part. So once you have all of your yarn, your 7 strands, and in one little bundle here, what you're going to do is you need to make a knot. So what I do is I hold it near the tip or the top part up here, okay, and then I pinch. You know, the thumb is on the bottom and my pincher finger here, my index finger, is on the top, and what I do is I just twist away from me, okay, and it makes a little loop. So again, I pinch it like this, I twist away. All right, you can even take this hand to hold, and then those little tiny pieces you stick through the hole. And then you slowly, just make sure you have all of them, slowly work your knot nice and tight. All right, so you're not wasting too much here. Perfect. So once you have your knot, you're going to grab your beginning template here, and you're going to stick your knot through your circle hole. Okay, don't worry if the hole isn't too big. If it's too tiny, just kind of take your scissors and make it a little larger. Now you have the yarn coming through the top up here. What you'll do is you're going to take each strand and you're going to put it through each of these little notches. Okay, there's no particular order. Just kind of choose a notch to put it through. Alright, perfect. And now you will have one leftover notch, and this is where you start the weaving part.